with Mayor Thomas Bernabei, City of Canton. Been on the job now nearly 7 full months.
We're closing in on 7.
Right, and of course a lot's happened in the country in terms of relationships between police departments and citizens. And Canton, of course, is interested in preventing the kind of problems that have surfaced lately across the country. So we have a forum on police and community relations here tonight at the Civic Theater, originally scheduled for the Appeal Center
and the reason for that change was simply because the air conditioning went out at the Southeast Community Center, and they were not sure that they could get it repaired in time for today's meeting, so we wanted to get a couple of days ahead of that just in case, and so we held it here at the McKinley Center, which turns out to be a wonderful facility anyways.
Okay, well, thanks for that inside information. Of course, people know that on the Stark County Political Report, they do get inside information.
That's inside.
It was interesting tonight that at the beginning, the name Tom Bernabei came up as a lawyer with the Canton Law Department. I don't think you were yet the director, or were you?
No, that was when I was assistant law director.
Okay.
Probably in the early to mid '80s, I believe.
Okay, and the master of the ceremonies, I guess, of the event tonight, Ron Ponder, Points to Ponder, WHBC, every morning at 10 o'clock. I give him a plug.
Another plug.
And he referred to his being the president of the NCAAP for City of Canton, and had an encounter with lawyer Bernabei. Can you kind of go in a little more of the details there?
Well, that was a good relationship that we had also. That goes back to the same issues associated with the consent decree. That was I may have known Ron Ponder a little bit, but, associated with that issue. And actually, we worked in the law department then to draft legislation and to assist in working, once we working out the final terms of the consent decree and pushing it forward, because I think that we in the law department felt that it was a very beneficial thing to the city of Canton to have, mandated court-ordered hiring, because it helped to bring us to where we are today, and these are the number of wonderful minority officers that we see with us today. And I think that without that consent decree, that we would not have had the Captain Allison, who spoke tonight and spoke so eloquently, Lieutenant Boudreau, and the other officers. I think without that consent decree, we would not have reached the point that we are today. I was just looking at the statistics. We have, and again, I don't have that without looking at it, but I know that we have, out of 161 officers, I believe we have 31 minorities. That includes both, male and female black officers, as well as Asian American and Hispanic. But we have 34, and I think that the percentage is 21%. So it's a good number. It's reflective of our community, and it helps us and enables us to do better policing, I think, when our police department has a composition that is similar to our community. So the consent decree turned out to be, I think, a wonderful thing for the city of Canton.
What was that, in the early 1980s?
The early 1980s, yes.
Okay, so now you're mayor of Canton. You can look back over the history of the relationship between the police and the citizens of Canton, and specifically the African American community. And can you give us the thumbnail sketch of the progress that's been made in Canton?
Other than, and I think that you heard the comments that were made tonight. I think you saw how many of the officers, by the way, that took part in this and took important parts in this, and talk about community relations and so forth. The important roles that they have in our police department and how they interact with our community. But you also heard the discussion about training. You heard it from Chris Bates in the law department, who I thought did a great job with her portion of the presentation tonight. but thanking Lieutenant Boudreaux for the work that he's done in training and emphasizing that we have come a long ways and we have a very, very good, or an excellent police department today. We're very, very proud of it. We know, though, as with anything, that there's always room and need to continue to improve and to continue to get feedback from the community. And we have to continue to work with internal affairs, that process. Police officers do occasionally require discipline and do occasionally do the wrong thing. And there is a process in place for that, and I think that we heard about that tonight also. So I think that everything we did, we tried to create an agenda of topics today that was going to touch the areas that I'm aware of that are sensitive and race sensitive and have been issues associated with some of the incidents of some of the other states and cities in the United States and so forth. And I think we covered a lot of things, and it was just a very, very good meeting. Very, very pleased with the presentations, and very, very pleased with the turnout we had tonight.
From your perspective as mayor, are you satisfied with the Canton Police Department in terms of its commitment to treating citizens respectfully and lawfully and fairly?
I am satisfied, but also I think you know me, Martin, well enough to know that I'm always striving and pushing and cajoling and doing whatever is necessary to take the next step or the next half step or whatever. You never ever reach the pinnacle of anything regardless of how you may be grading out and so forth. So I think that we have a very, very good department. I mean, I think it's, again, what you saw tonight is reflective of our department. It's a good department, moving towards excellent department. And in these particular areas, I think that we are leaders on the community policing issues in Starr County, certainly. We're at the forefront of these things. And I'm very, very proud of our officers. And I'm very, very proud of our citizens. We had co-sponsors tonight, by the way, the NAACP, Deb Shamlin, coming together, Starr County, and that was Rommel Moore, and the Urban League, Colin Lewis, as well as the Black Ministerial Association and so forth, Pastor Moss. But they were all here tonight. They have been co-sponsors. We talked to them about this. They themselves are planning a forum, and that was discussed earlier, and I know that is scheduled for Tuesday, August 9 at Tipton High School at 6 o'clock, and that will be a continuation of the kind of issues that were discussed tonight. I've not seen an agenda for it, but these are the issues that are important to them and to all of us. And of course, I also want to emphasize that there is even a forum scheduled Saturday night, and that is Pastor Chad Miner, and he's having that at the church at 120 Cleveland Avenue Southwest from 4 to 6 p.m. on Saturday night. So this is a continuing topic for dialogue tonight, but continuing dialogue and so forth, because it's important to the community. And it's important that we continue to do this when there is controversy and when there isn't controversy, because it's just a part of policing and a part of the things that we in government need to do.
Okay. Mayor Thomas M. Bernabei. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you.